Today, we're going to talk about what might just be the smartest way to start investing. I'm talking about the Systematic Investment Plan, or SIP for short. It's this incredibly powerful but super accessible tool for building wealth. So let's dive right in.
So, let me ask you something. Do you think 500 rupees a month could make you a lakhpati? I mean, really? It sounds kind of crazy, right? It's pocket money. But can that really turn into a lakh? Or maybe even more? Well, you're going to want to stick around because the answer, it might just blow you away.
And look, I promise you, there's no magic here. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's just a really smart, simple, systematic plan to put your money to work for you. So let's break it down.
Okay, so to really get it, I want you to think about something we all know. The good old piggy bank. You know, the gulak. You just drop in whatever coins you had whenever you had them. Well, think of an SIP as like the 21st century version of that. It's your modern piggy bank, but with one massive, game-changing difference. This piggy bank doesn't just hold your money. It's designed to make it grow.
So what is an SIP, really? At its heart, it's super simple. It's just a way to invest a fixed amount of money, let's say 500 rupees, at regular intervals, like every single month, into things like mutual funds. The keywords here are disciplined and automatic. You set it up, and it just works. It puts your money to work for you without you even thinking about it.
All right, so how does this whole thing really work? What's the secret sauce? Well, the real power of an SIP comes from a couple of core ideas working together beautifully.
And here's the thing that's, frankly, a massive relief, especially if you're new to investing. You get to stop worrying about that impossible question, that thing that stresses everyone out. Is now the right time to buy? With an SIP, you just don't have to time the market. Forget about it. Your one and only job is to be consistent.
Okay, take a look at this. This shows you exactly how your fixed investment is actually super smart. See, when the price of a fund unit, that's the NAV, is high, like it was in February, your 1,000 rupees buys you, a few less units. But then, look at March. The price drops, and suddenly that same 1,000 rupees automatically buys you more units. This right here? This is the secret weapon of an SIP. And this simple, automatic process has a name. It's called rupee cost averaging, and it's brilliant. Just by investing the same amount every month, you naturally buy more when prices are low and less when they're high. Over time, what this does is it averages out your cost per unit. And that seriously reduces the risk of, putting all your money in at the absolute worst moment. Okay, so that's the theory. It sounds great on paper, right? But does it actually work in the real world, especially when things get scary? Well, let's take a look at a real story. This is from an investor named Sanjay Katharia, who was brave enough to share his actual portfolio journey.
So check out this timeline. In February 2020, after investing for more than 3 years, his returns were just 4%. Kind of disappointing, right? Then, bam, the COVID market crash hits. His portfolio tanks, he's down 25%. Now this is the point where most people panic. They sell everything. But not him. He just kept his SIP going. And look what happened. By September 2021, not only did he recover all his losses, his portfolio was up an amazing 37%.
In his own words, really say it all, don't they? People leave the field at times like this. I didn't leave. Just think about that. That discipline, that simple decision to keep buying when everyone else was selling, when prices were at rock bottom, that's what turned everything around. That's what created that incredible rebound.
And that story just perfectly illustrates the real secret weapon here. It's not about being some kind of investing genius. It's not about picking the perfect day to buy. It's about something way, way simpler. It's just consistency. So what happens when you apply that consistency over, say, a really long time? Well, get ready for this. If you had started a 10,000 rupee monthly SIP in a well-known fund just 30 years ago, today it would have grown to 3.6 crore rupees. That's not a typo.
This chart really puts it into perspective. That little bar on the left, that's the total amount of money you actually put in from your pocket, 36 lakhs. And that giant bar next to it, that's the final value. So that huge gap in the middle, where did that come from? That's not your investment. That's the growth on your investment. That, my friends, is the absolute magic of compounding.
And if that doesn't blow your mind, try this on for size. In that very same example, you know how long it took to get to the first crore? 22 years. A long time, right? But the second crore? That took just 5 more years.
And the third came even faster. The growth isn't a straight line. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger and faster all the time.
So when you put it all together, you can see why SIPs are just perfect for beginners. You can start with a really small amount. It forces you to build a good savings habit automatically. You totally take the stress of timing the market out of the equation, and from your very first investment, that incredible power of compounding starts working for you. It's safer than just dumping a huge chunk of money in all at once, too.
So look, the big takeaway here is that this isn't some complicated thing reserved for financial gurus. It's a really simple, really powerful tool that literally anyone can start using, like, today. So let's talk about how you can actually do it.
Honestly, getting started is way easier than you think. First, you do a quick one-time KYC thing online with your PAN and Aadhaar. Super fast. Then you just download an investment app. There are tons of them out there. Step 3, you pick a fund. If you're not sure, an index fund is usually a great safe place for beginners. Then you just decide your amount, say 500 rupees, and pick a day of the month for the investment. Last step, link your bank account, hit confirm, and that's it. You're officially an investor. Your journey has begun.
You know, the power of just starting small and sticking with it's huge. It can genuinely change your financial future. And as you've seen, getting started has never been simpler. Your future self is kind of waiting for you to make this move. So the only real question left is, what's your first step going to be?